What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Look at this nice and beautiful question on the board that we're going to be solving. And the question says, find the values of n for which n squared minus n cubed is equal to 150. Our first step will be for us to move 150 to the left-hand side. So we have n squared minus n cubed. As 150 crosses to the left, it becomes minus 150 equal to 0. Now our next step would be for us to split 150 so that it's in the form of a perfect square and a perfect cube. So we have n squared minus n cubed minus, now splitting 150 will be 25, which is the perfect square, then plus 125, which is the perfect cube. And this is equal to 0. Now our next step will be for us to open up the brackets using this negative outside. So we have n squared minus n cubed. So using the negative, we have minus 25. Then minus times plus, we have minus, and then 125. This is equal to 0. Now our next step will be for us to simplify this 25 and 125. So this is n squared minus n cubed minus 25 is same as 5 squared minus 125 is same as 5 cubed. And this is equal to 0. Now our next step will be to pair the terms with square and the terms with cube. That means I'm going to be pairing the terms with square. N squared will be paired to negative 5 squared, and n cubed will be paired to negative 5 cubed. So this becomes n squared paired with negative 5 squared, and then negative n cubed, so negative n cubed will be paired with negative 5 cubed, so negative 5 cubed. And this is equal to 0. Now our next step will be for us to factor out this negative. Here I have n squared minus 5 squared. Now factor out the negative, so negative out. I'll be left with n cubed plus 5 cubed. And this is equal to 0. Very good. Now notice that the first two terms is in the form of difference of two squares, and the second two terms is in the form of sum of two cubes. So let's write down their properties. So for difference of two squares, the property is a squared minus b squared. This is same as a minus b times a plus b. While for the sum of two cubes, which is a cube plus b cube, the property is a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Now let's apply these properties here. So for difference of two squares, our a is in the form of n, and our b is in the form of 5. So difference of two squares, we have a minus b, which is n minus 5, times a plus b, which is n plus 5, minus Now we have sum of two cubes using the same property. A is in the form of n and b is in the form of 5. So we have a plus b, which is n plus 5, times a squared, which is n squared, minus ab, which is n5, or we can write 5n, the same thing, and then plus b squared. B squared, which is 5 squared, is 25. So 25. So we can actually close the bracket, equal to 0. Very good. Now our next step will be for us to open up this bracket using the negative outside. So we have n minus 5 times n plus 5. Now using this negative, we have minus n plus 5 times n squared minus 5n plus 25 equal to 0. Let's move on to the next slide. Now notice that n plus 5 is actually common. So our next step will be for us to factor out n plus 5. So factor out n plus 5. Now we are left with n minus 5 times n plus 5 divided by n plus 5. We have n minus 5 minus, now n plus 5 times n squared minus 5n plus 25 divided by n plus 5. We'll be left with this, which is n squared minus 5n plus 25. Good. And this is equal to 0. Now our next step will be for us to open up this bracket using this negative. So we have n plus 5 times, this is n minus 5. Now opening up the bracket, we have minus n squared. This we have minus times minus, that's plus 5n. And then minus times plus, that's minus 25. And this is equal to 0. Now let's simplify what is inside of this bracket. So this we have n plus 5 times, now this is negative n squared. So I'm going to be writing that down, negative n squared. Now n plus 5n, that's 6n. And then negative 5 minus 25 is negative 30. And this is equal to 0. So actually, we have two cases. So for the first case, let me call that case 1. This is n plus 5 equal to 0. And for the second case, let me call that case 2. We have this, which is negative n squared plus 6n minus 30 is equal to 0. Well, from the first case, we can easily find the value of n by moving 5 to the right hand side. So n becomes negative 5. So as 5 crosses to the right, it becomes negative 5. Now let's focus on our second case. So for this second case, you notice that the coefficient of n squared is negative. I don't want it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be multiplying this through by negative 1. So when I multiply through by negative 1, so negative 1 times negative n squared gives positive n squared. Negative 1 times 6n gives minus 6n. Then negative 1 times negative 30 gives positive 30. And this is equal to negative 1 times 0 still remains 0. So we have a quadratic expression here that we're going to be solving using the quadratic formula. So using quadratic formula, a is the coefficient of n squared, and that's 1. B is the coefficient of n, and that's negative 6. And c is a constant term, which is 30. So using the quadratic formula, we're looking for n. So n is equal to quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now let's plug in these values. So n equal to negative b is negative 6, so let's put negative 6 there, plus or minus the square root of b squared, that's negative 6 squared, minus 4 times a is 1, and then times c is 30. Very good. All over 2a, that's 2 times a is 1. Very good. Now let's simplify. So n now becomes minus times minus is positive, so I'm going to be having 6, positive 6, plus or minus the square root of. Now negative 6 squared is 36, minus. Now 4 times 1 times 30 is 120. All over 2 times 1 is 2. Alright, so this becomes n equal to 6 plus or minus the square root of. Now 36 minus 120 is negative 84 all over 2. Now our next step will be for us to simplify negative 84. So we have n to be equal to, this is 6 plus or minus the square root of. Now negative 81 is same as 4 times 21. So 4 times 21 is 84, but I have negative here, so multiplied by negative 1. Very good. Well, there must be a perfect square as one of the factors of 84. So all over 2. Now, our next step will be for us to use the radical property, which says when I have a square root of a times b times c, this is the same as the square root of a times the square root of b times the square root of c. So let's apply this here. So n will be equal to 6 plus or minus. Now this becomes the square root of 4 times the square root of 21 times the square root of negative 1 all over 2. Very good. So n now becomes 6 plus or minus. Now the square root of 4 is actually 2. So 2 times the square root of 21 is 2 root 21. Now the square root of negative 1 is I, which is iota. So all over 2. Now notice that from the numerator, 2 is actually common. So we can factor out 2. So n will be equal to, factor out 2, 2 out, open bracket. So 6 divided by 2, that's 3, plus or minus. Now 2 root 21i divide by 2, we're going to be having root 21i all over the denominator, which is 2. Now notice that this 2 can cancel off this 2, leaving our final answer to be 3 plus or minus the square root of 21i. So there are actually two values of n here. So we have one of them to be 3 plus, which is a positive, root 21i. And the other one, let me say all, The other one is 3, then minus the square root of 21i. So we've got 3 possible values of n, and these are the 3 possible values. This, and this. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.